Hello, I'm Mike, he's Will, and we are the Tabletop Donkeys, bringing you another episode of Warhammer Conquest. So, as always, we're going to do a quick flick through the magazine. We got 3 easy to build Reivers this week. And just going through here, it's background on the Reivers themselves. They're a melee support unit. A bit of history here. They war on Taravar against the Necrons, between the Necrons and the Raven Guard. And here we have our building instructions for Sergeant Castius, Reiver Atreus and Reiver Palin. And again, how to paint Space Marines as Ultramarines, but I'm doing Silver Templars because the Ultramarines are boring. And we're going straight to the mission, Blade to Blade.
So here we have tutorial mission 2 from issue 3, which is called Blade to Blade, which, as you might guess, is all about hand-to-hand combat. So we're just going to have a quick look at the new rules we've got from this issue. So before we just had the ability to move and shoot, but now we've introduced a charge phase and the fight phase in that order. So models that are within a certain distance can attempt to charge somebody, and then if they make it into contact, then they can have a fight in the fight phase. And then, as you can see here, actually, we've just got a little profile for the Reivers that explains everything you need to know about those. Then we've got a tutorial for charging in the charge phase, which it'll all become apparent as we demonstrate in the game, but essentially you just roll 2 dice and that's how far you can charge, and you have to try and get within 1 inch of the enemy model. And then there's also rules for Overwatch, which is basically the model who's being charged can try and shoot at somebody who's charging him, but only if it hits on 6s. Again, that'll be obvious when we do it. And then fighting is just like shooting, except that you're using melee weapons rather than guns. It works. The mechanics work exactly the same way, so roll to hit, roll to wound, roll armor save. And then also consolidation, so we've got all the moves you can do in the charge phase. Most of these rules are basically the same as the actual Warhammer 40,000 rules. But the main thing that's missing is that you can't fall back from combat yet. We haven't been told how to do that yet, so when somebody gets into melee in these games that we're going to be playing, they're stuck there for the rest of the game or until somebody dies. And then here we've just got the extra rules that we'll be using in the second mission. So this is the second mission here actually. And then we've got rules as well for Power Fist, Plague Knives and Combat Knives, but we'll get to those in the second game that we're going to have today for you. So we're going to go and have a look at the battlefield now for the first mission and get straight to it. So here we are once again on the cargo deck of the strike cruiser Blade of Novaris, and as you can see we've got all set up here. So we've got the Plague Marines down here in the same formation I deployed them last time, and then we've got the 3 Reivers over here whose names are Palin, Atreus and Castius. Castius, right, okay, well, we'll try and remember those. So the objective for this mission is essentially just kill each other. So the Space Marines get to go first again, because we haven't been told how to roll off to see who goes first yet. So we're going to go straight into Space Marines turn 1.
So we're going to... First, Palin is going to move up. Actually, he's going to advance a whole inch. So you can move 7, so you can get up to about there.
Yep.
And Castius will advance as well. 3 inches. So you can be in front.
Yeah.
And Atreus will also advance to
a bit speedier.
Come behind them.
So yeah, the Reivers all advancing up, staying behind the cover of that box. No shooting, because if they all advanced, so we can straight onto the Death Guard turn.
Well, there's no... Well, it's the charge phase next, but Castius might be in range of the charge.
He is. So he has to be within 12 inches, but yeah, so that's a 10-inch rule we've got there, and yeah, you can see he's only an inch away or so from here, so yeah.
So even though...
You need an 11, I think.
Even though there's no line of sight, he can still charge the champion, but I'm not going to do a particular charge, because probably won't make it.
So I've got a decision to make here, because I have to be careful that... well, you'll probably see what happens actually in a moment, but he can essentially get close to this box here, this blue one, and then be able to charge without taking any overwatch. But I'm still, nevertheless, going to move... what's this? This is Bew box, isn't it, with the Blight launcher?
Yeah.
He's going to move his 5 inches over here so he can see Sergeant Castius, thank you, through that little gap there, particularly because this is slightly off its place. And these other two, let's just Champion Repugnus and Plague Marine Gruul are going to move over here into the corner, like so. So they can't see anyone to shoot, but Bubox over here certainly can, so he's going to take 2 shots. Was it 2 shots or 1 shot with his blight? Still only one shot with his blight launcher, because we haven't got the full rules for that yet, so he's going to be hitting on a 3, which he has hit, and he's wounding on a 4, isn't he, still, because it's 7. So it has wounded, and it's going to be a 5+ armor.
Sergeant Castius.
This is Sergeant Castius, so
5+. Nope.
No, so he is going to take a wound. So that's not a bad start for the Death Guard, but we're on to Space Marine to turn 2 now.
First, Sergeant Castius is going to move up behind this box. 6 inches.
It's worth pointing out you can't advance and charge.
Yes, so
Just moving, like in the full rules.
Just moving normally. Atreus will follow behind. He's about there, I think.
Yeah.
And Palom moving behind the Sergeant.
Yep.
So now I have some shooting since I didn't advance.
Yes.
And they have a 12-inch range with their bolt pistols.
Yes. It describes them actually in the rules as being heavy bolt pistols, but they don't yet have the -1 AP that normally they'd have. So
they're all going to take a shot at your champion.
Okay.
I'll roll them all together, even though they're technically individuals. They hit on 3s, so that's 2 hits. Wounding on a 5.
1 wound. Yes.
1 wound.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll that, and I need to get 3+ armor save, which I've just about made. So that has deflected off his armor plate.
So now, shooting phase over, it's on to the charge phase. So I'm going to start with
That's
Atreus.
Yeah.
He's going to declare a charge against Bubox.
Okay, now as you can see, I cannot see him, which means I can't fire Overwatch at him. So you just need to roll 2d6 and make this. We'll see how far it needs to be.
So I rolled a 9.
Rolled a 9. Yeah, that's easily going to be enough.
Easily enough.
Get him within an inch.
So he's going to go around the box like that.
Okay, so he's going to come over the back to give it a bit more space.
And then Sergeant Castius is going to follow him. And he gets a 4.
No, it's not going to be
which
enough.
isn't going to be enough.
So he's stuck where he is.
And Palin as well.
Okay, he's going to need a big number. 8 might be enough.
Yeah, 8 is enough, it looks like.
Yeah, I reckon just about enough to get within an inch. So
he's actually...
He's going to be... Yeah, he's not going to be in base contact, but...
So now we're on to the fight phase. So the way the fight phase works is that all the units who charged get to attack first. And then starting with the player whose turn it is, we alternate picking units to fight.
Yeah.
But I have 2 units who charge, so they both get to fight first.
Yeah, well, they get to pile in first if you want to. So they, which means they can move up to 3 inches as long as they get closer to the closest model, which obviously in this case is him. So he's just going to move into base contact.
So Reivers have 2 attacks each, and I will roll them individually because they are individuals.
Yeah.
So I'll start with Palin.
Okay.
He hits on 3s. There's a hit, and wounds on a 5. It's not a wound. And then Atreus. Also, same roll as Palin, but he gets a wound.
He has made a wound, so I'm going to roll my armor save as usual, which I've made, so I'm okay. And now Bubox gets to strike back, so we're actually going to hit. This is Palin, isn't it, on the left of the shot? So I'm going to hit him. The reason being he is a bit more behind the box, so it's not going to make any difference now I think about it. But he gets 1 attack and he's missed with his knife. So, Plague Marine Bubox over here is stuck in combat, not only because we don't have rules for falling back, but actually because he's also trapped against the edge of the board, as you can see here, so he can't actually physically go anywhere. So he's stuck, and that fight's going to carry on until one side is wiped out. But these 2 guys over here can have a shot at Sergeant Castius, so they're actually going to move a bit further round here so they can still see him. So, a slight change of plan here. They're going to keep their distance apart from each other, and hopefully the reason for that will become apparent. Assuming Sergeant Castius survives this hail of fire. So we're going to start with... Well, actually, we're going to start with Gruul here with his bolt gun. The reason is he can't blow himself up. So he's going to... If he manages to kill the Sergeant, then there's no need to risk the champion killing himself. But he is hit with his bolt gun, and he hasn't got a wound. So we're going to have to take a shot with the champion's plasma gun, which blows up on a roll of 1. Ooh, close. But he's safe, but he's also missed. I'm not going to declare any charges, because I don't really want to get too close to the sergeant right now. So now we're on to the fight phase in Death Guard turns. No charge has been made, but these people over here can fight, and because it's my turn, I get to pick someone to fight with first. So we're going to start with Bubox. He's going to go once again for the Reaver. Oh, he's missed again. So that's that. So now you might as well...
Yeah, I'll roll both of mine together, even though
Okay.
I get 2 picks in a row.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 hits.
Yeah.
Oh, save that later. And 2 wounds.
Oh dear. 2 wounds, so I get to roll 2 dice. 2 armor saves. Failed one of them.
And then you've got your 5+ resilience.
I have, so I didn't make 5+. He's dead, and I haven't, so he goes down. So we're going to take him away. Now, actually, one reason for doing those separately was that technically the one who didn't kill him might have had a chance to consolidate out of combat. If one had killed him first, the other one might have been able to actually... Sorry, no, the one who killed him would have been able to consolidate. So actually, how about you just move one of them 3 inches away? Right, so what we're going to do is just roll a dice and randomise which one of the 2 of them killed them, because the one who did kill him will be able to move 3 inches. Probably not going to affect the result of the game too much. But...
Do 1 to 3, it's Palin.
Okay.
4 to 6 is Atreus. So Atreus
killing blow. Gets to move 3 inches towards the closest enemy model. As long as he gets closer to the closest enemy model. Right. So you can move anywhere in that direction, basically. Up to 3 inches. There we go. Here he comes.
So Space Marine turn 3. Castius is going to move behind this pile of boxes, which remember block line of sight.
Yeah, because at the moment we don't know how to look over a box.
No, it's very tall.
Yeah.
And the other 2 will also move up. So and then it's the shooting phase. We've got 2 chaps here who can shoot at your champion.
Yep.
With their pistols. Hitting on 3s. What's 2 hits? No wounds.
No wounds though.
Now onto the charge phase.
Yeah. Start with the sergeant, I imagine.
Castius is going to declare a charge against Gruul.
Yeah, and I can't overwatch. And he probably only needs to...
he's in.
A 7 is easily in, so he can go pretty much wherever you want him to. There we are.
His wound with him.
Yeah.
Atreus is going to declare a charge against your champion.
Right, now I do get to overwatch here, so we're going to get to see this. He gets 1 shot and it hits on 6. But that's not 6, so he's missed. So now you get to roll your charge.
To roll my charge. 6 is going to be in.
That's going to be in, and then you don't have to worry about overwatch for Palin over here.
Yeah, Palin will also charge the champion.
You need a bigger number, but...
Actually, no, he'll charge Gruul instead.
Okay. Oh, well, 11 inches will do quite nicely.
So onto the fight phase. All of my guys charge, so they get to go first. So I'll do Sergeant Castius first. He missed. And then Palin. Oh, sorry. There's Palin, yeah.
Yeah, that's Palin.
There's 1 hit. And a wound.
1 wound. So, make an armor save. I've made it. So, Gruul is okay.
And then Atreus will attack the champion. There's 2 hits.
Yeah.
And no wounds.
No wounds. So now I get to strike back, and we're going to start with Gruul. He's going to try and hit Sergeant Castius because he's only got 1 wound left. So he's hit, and he needs a 4 to wound, which he's got.
Castius has a 3+ armor save. He can't make any armor saves.
He hasn't made it, so he's died. So there you go. I think that's the... Is that the first Space Marine I've killed so far in this series? Yeah.
First Space Marine.
And now we're going to go on to Champion. Repugnus, got 1 attack still, and he's missed. So the unit champions don't have an extra attack at this point. That comes later on. So that's it for Space Marine's turn. On to the Death Guard turn, and we have to go straight to the fight phase because we can't do anything. So we're just going to start. We're going to do Gruul again first. He's missed. So now it's.
I'm going to choose Atreus.
Yeah. So we're taking in turns to pick here.
So
1 hit.
He's got a hit. Didn't wound.
No. Now I get the champion. He's missed again. Not very good at this.
And Atreus.
Yeah.
So that's Palin.
That's Palin, yeah.
Right.
So.
He got 2 hits. And
no wounds, because you need 5s. Right, so now
Space Marine's turn. I'll start with Palin.
I'll show you what's going on again. He's got 2 hits.
1 wound.
Okay, this is on. This is Palin, isn't it, against Gruul?
Yeah.
So Gruul gets his armor save, and he's made that. Now it's my turn to pick, and we're going to go with the Sergeant. Sergeant Repugnus this time because he hasn't been attacked yet. Not that he can kill his opponent. Oh, he's actually hit this time. Oh, and he's got a wound. Wow.
3+ armor save.
You've made it. Now you can hit.
And then Atreus will attack the champion. There's a hit. And a wound.
You're rolling pretty well for wounds this time. I've made my armor save. Death Guard turn, and we're going to start with, I don't know, just start with Gruul on the left of your screen there. He's rolled a hit. He has not wounded.
Atreus attacking the
Okay,
champion.
he's on the right, yeah.
That's one hit.
One hit.
No wounds.
No wounds. The champion hit back. He is hit. And wounded.
3 plus arm save. No.
So wound on
Atreus
Reaver
is
Atreus.
Down to 1
He's
wound.
down to 1 wound, so like that, like that.
And then Palin gets to fight back against Gruul.
Yeah,
He missed.
he missed. So now we're on to the Space Marine's turn, so exactly the same thing just happens, except the Space Marines get to go first.
Atreus will attack the champion.
Yeah, in case he dies. Makes
2
sense.
hits. No
No
wounds.
wounds. So I'm going to go with Gruul, because the champion doesn't need to save himself, he's missed. Palin against Gruul.
Hit. No wound.
Wound. And finally a champion hitting back. Oh, is he getting better at this? No, he hasn't wounded this time though. So that's that. Death Guard turn. Start with the champion, because he might be able to take out the wounded Atreus. He is hit. Nope, he has not wounded him.
Palin will attack Gruul. That's 2 hits. Come on, double 5. No.
No wounds. Gruul will hit back. He is hit. Oh, he's wounded.
3 plus armor save.
Oh,
Roll that in the box.
Roll that in the box.
No.
Oh, it's still rolled. Still, no, so they're down to.
1 wound each.
Oh, so look, yeah, Death Guard are
Yeah,
making a comeback here.
Durability is actually working out for them. So Atreus gets to fight the champion. Now you missed twice. So it's my turn.
Yeah.
Atreus will go again against the champion. Right. Roll that again. Come on. Yes. 2 wounds.
There are 2 wounds. So this,
2 3 plus.
I made double 3. So now Gruul will hit back. He's hit. Oh, he's wounded.
3 plus armor save. No.
No!
Palin goes down.
What a reversal of fortunes this is. Well, this actually means that something might happen again in a minute, because someone will get to move, but I have to figure out... Hang on, we're just going to figure out off camera whose turn it is and what's going on. Right, so after some discussion we figured out what's going on. So, Gruul gets to consolidate, and since he's not going to be able to shoot anybody because he's locked in combat, he's actually going to consolidate his 3 inches, and he can get into close combat by doing that, so he's just going to scoot on over there. But now it's my pick again, because the Reaver Palin hadn't been, but he's just died. No, he had been? He hadn't.
No, he
hasn't been.
He didn't go.
He didn't go, but he's now died. So it goes back to my turn, because he was the one who hadn't been. And Reaver Atreus has already been. If this is confusing, it's confusing me too. But he's missed. That's the champion.
And now it's Death Guard turn.
Now it's the Death Guard turn, so I get my pick, and it doesn't really matter who I pick, but we'll go with the champion, I suppose. Oh, he's missed.
Atreus will attack Gruul then, because Gruul hasn't been yet. You got a hit.
Yeah.
You got a wound.
Oh, I failed my arm
Revenge.
save. So 5 plus.
Revenge.
No.
Yes.
He goes down. Ugh. So
It's getting tense.
Just getting tense. Right. So now it's Space Marine's turn. So you get to go first.
Atreus gets to go again.
Let's go again. One hit on the champion.
Get mad. No, roll in the box.
Roll the box.
No.
No wound. Champion gets to hit back.
He hit this time.
He needs a 4 plus. He's got a 4 plus.
3 plus. No.
Oh wow. Well, that
Victory for the Death Guard.
was actually rather unexpected. That was a bit of a turn of fortune there, because it looked like they were when lost the early Plague Marine. It looked like it was going to be all over, but managed to roll well. And you didn't roll very well for your armour save.
No. Only made 2 maybe.
2 or 3, yeah.
1 or 2.
That was the first mission. We're going to reset this and come back and play again with the extra rules. So here we are with tutorial replay mission 2 with our extra rules, and this one is a little bit different. There is an objective on the board, but this time it's on the Plague Marine side, unlike the last issue. There is the objective there, and basically what happens is the Space Marines win if a Reaver can end his turn with his base touching the objective, and you've got 6 battle rounds to do it. So as the Death Guard player, I have to stop the Reavers touching that objective at all, and I don't think it can be moved around. No, it can't. So basically defend that point. And, well, that's pretty much it, actually. That's the mission. But then we've also got these extra rules. Death Guard the champion now has his Power Fist, which is actually pretty rather good in this at this point. It only hits on a 4 rather than on a 3+, but it wounds on a 2+ rather than a 4+, and the Space Marines get no armour save against it, which is quite good. So not even a 6+ armour save like they would get in the proper game, although it doesn't do multiple damage. So, and then the other two guys get Plague Knives, which basically means they can reroll 1s to wound, and all 3 Reivers get Combat Knives, which give them an extra attack, so they'll be rolling 3 dice each. So a little bit of a buff for everybody there. And yeah, as you can see, Plague Marines are set up as before, as are the Reivers. So we're just going to come straight on to Space Marines turn 1 in a moment.
Well, Space Marines turn 1, fans of the previous mission are going to see some familiar opening moves here.
In for a treat.
So Atreus is going to advance. Oh, 1.
It's so far exactly the same as
and then Castius. Oh, it is
3. That is the exact same as you rolled before. You need to roll a 5 now, I think.
And a 5 for Palin.
5 for Palin. Oh.
He's a bit slow today.
Yeah.
He's still shrugging off that power fist wound he got.
Yeah.
So he'll
Come around the corner.
about there.
We go on to the Death Guard turn, and I have to protect this objective. So what we're actually going to do is move rather like this, so that, in fact, we're going to really stay around the objective just to make sure that completely blocking the Reivers getting their bases to touch it, which is a little bit tricky. So there we go, I completely surrounded the objective as best I can, which is pretty much the only tactic available to me, having played this mission before and lost horribly due to not figuring out what I was supposed to do. That's it for the Death Guard turn. I can't see anyone to shoot because they're all behind this box. So, on the Space Marine turn, and I suspect we're going to see some charges this round.
Space Marine turn 2, we're just going to move up.
Yep.
Can't quite move far enough to get behind the box for cover, so...
No, so he will take some Overwatch fire, but crucially not from the Blight Launcher, because I deployed him on the wrong side and he can't draw a line of sight.
Tactical error there. So all 3 of them can see your champion, so they'll all take a shot at him.
Yep, he's a dangerous one, remember, because he's got the Power Fist.
So there's 2 hits, just when you're on 5s. Well, there's a wound.
There's a wound.
3+ armor
Make
save.
his armor save. Yeah, he's made it, so he's okay. And on to the charge phase.
Yeah. So I'm going to declare a multi-charge, meaning I can, just so I can get more space.
Yeah, so basically you just select more than one person as a charge target, but all of them can fire Overwatch if they have ranged weapons to do so with. So who's declaring who?
Castius will declare Gruul and Bubox as charge targets. So they both get to Overwatch.
Repugnus and yeah.
Bubox is around.
Okay, so we'll start with Champion Repugnus with his plasma gun.
He blew up.
Oh dear, he blew up. Well, that's going to make this mission rather easy. So he just blew himself up shooting Overwatch. And then we've got a bolt gun from... he's missed as well.
Good thing he doesn't blow up. So we'll try to charge 6 inches.
Ooh, right.
I think,
yeah, that'll be... He can get within an inch like that, so...
well,
to come there. If you were paying attention to the mission victory conditions, you're going to realise that this is not going to be very long. But never mind, we're going to play it out anyway. So you've got some more charges to make if you want.
So Atreus will charge Bubox.
Okay.
He's going to charge Gruul. Gruul cannot Overwatch because he's within an inch. He's engaged with Castius. So a 10.
That'll be enough.
That'll easily get him in.
Yeah.
So he'll move into base contact.
Okay.
And Palin will charge Bubox.
Yeah, because you definitely can't see him.
Not with a 4 though.
Not with a 4, so he's not going anywhere. But on to the fight phase. Now, you can consolidate. You can pile in.
Castius gets to pile in. But he can, as long as he ends up closest to the target, so he can pile in onto the objective.
Yeah, and also bringing Bubox into the melee there, because you're getting within an inch of him, but I don't think you're going to be too bothered about that.
Yeah, and because I didn't declare Bubox as a charge target, Castius cannot attack Bubox, although Bubox can attack him. So he's got 3 attacks on Gruul, hitting on 3s, or just roll that again to wound, please.
Oh, not
got
bad.
2 wounds.
So, I failed 1 armour save, so I need to make my disgustingly resilient save. No, haven't taken that. So, he's gone down as well.
And now Atreus has no one to fight. So.
No, although he can pile in and consolidate if he wants to, so he just won't be able to strike. Having said that, you might as well. Well, I don't know. You could consolidate with.
I can consolidate with the sergeant.
Could consolidate with him.
So he'll consolidate into view box.
Place contact. Not that it really makes any difference. And then, well, Atreus can move 3 inches closer, and then he could move 3 inches closer again because if he wants to. And then I do actually get to go with view box, so he's going to strike at sergeant. He always hit. He's got a wound, double 6.
He's mad.
Yeah.
3+ armor save.
You roll a 6 too. And actually, by the letter of the victory conditions, that is the end of the game. Because the end of the Space Marine turn, you have some people in base contact with the objective.
Yeah.
So, well, that's actually that for this mission. It's a very difficult mission for the Death Guard to win. I still haven't figured out what the best tactic is at this point, but we'll get this cleared away and set up and just do a quick post-game chat. So that was the missions from issue 3 with our new Primaris Reivers. So, yeah, how do you think those went?
It goes to show how the dice can betray you, even at times where it looks like you're on top, or unexpected things can happen.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, if you want to do a recap of the mission we just played, it probably helps when your frontline man doesn't blow himself up.
Yeah, well, exactly. The first mission was looked like you were going to win quite easily, and then just some good rolls for me and some bad ones for you, and turn that table. Whereas in the second mission,
a single one cost you the game.
Yeah, I even thought before I rolled it, I even thought perhaps I shouldn't fire Overwatch with him, and I'd say I probably shouldn't have done because his Power Fist is actually quite good at crushing Space Marines, but unfortunately that didn't happen, and he died, and then you kind of won the mission by default.
Yeah, because there was suddenly a big gap in your line and just snuck in. Although, really, if you wanted to rebalance the mission, either let the Death Guard move the objective, or make it so the Space Marines have to. I don't know, you have to hold it by the end of the combined turn, so the Death Guard get at least one extra turn of trying to kill the guy on the objective.
Yes, I think that's not a bad idea, because we've played this mission, 3 times, 4 times now, I think, in total?
I think it's only 3 times.
3 times, yeah, but...
I think it's only twice. It was one of our practice shoots where you moved off the objective.
Yes, and that proved to be a bad idea, but I still haven't figured out quite what to do for that mission, but... oh well. Yeah, anything else to add? Not much about the Reivers themselves. About, I don't know, are they easy to paint, or...
Yeah, that's fine. They're mostly silver. This colour scheme depends on the colour scheme.
Yeah.
They always perform better in our practice ones. They always perform better than I expect them to, because you'd think just dudes with knives wouldn't be particularly good against the Death Guard, because they're quite a durable opponents, but they always seem to do well, even though I probably wouldn't actually take them against Death Guard if I went in a proper game.
So I think that's it for the game. That's all for us from this episode. We've been the Tabletop Donkeys, and we'll see you in the next one.